Today I want to share with you from Numbers chapter 20, and this is a passage that I have to confess I really find challenging. And the people are once again complaining against Moses and Aaron, this time because they think the land is terrible and there's no water and everyone's thirsty. And God assures Moses, just go and stand before the people and speak the word and water will come from the rock. And in Moses goes to do that, but he doesn't do exactly what the Lord commands. He doesn't just speak the word, he taps the rock 2 times with the rod that God has given him. And God is not happy about that. It seems like a small thing perhaps to us. But in Numbers chapter 20, verse 12, it says, "But the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, because you did not trust in me, to show my holiness before the eyes of the Israelites. Therefore, you shall not bring this assembly into the land that I have given them." Now, I don't know about you, but after all that Moses has done, all that Moses has sacrificed, all that he's gone through, boy, it seems like God is being really tough here to say because Moses didn't trust God enough that the water would come out of the rock just by speaking the word. He thought maybe by tapping it with that staff, it might help open something up. That God says you're not going to go into the promised land. What do we take from this? Well, perhaps we take from it that sometimes, especially when we find it hardest to trust God's word, is precisely when we need to do so. But there's also a sense that I think about in this section of Numbers that sometimes when it's time to move on, that there's a sense in which the people who got us so far may not be able to take us into a new era, if you will. And Moses is the one who's come out of Egypt, who led the people through the Exodus and through the wilderness and to the brink of this new promised land. And he will get to see it, but he doesn't get to enter it. I just find that very poignant. And when we were fortunate enough, some of us, to go on a trip to Israel 10 years ago in 2011, we stood on Mount Nebo and looked down towards the Jordan River Valley. And I thought about how it must have felt for Moses not to be able to go into that land, but to know he had been faithful in getting them to it. I pray that God will help you today to trust the Lord even when it's challenging, and I pray that you will be faithful this day.